Hello, dear friends. It's always a heartwarming pleasure to connect with you all. Today, I have a special narrative to share, one that has deeply touched many souls. In difficult times, it can be challenging to see a way forward. Yet, I'd like to share an inspiring story with you, one that highlights the power of faith, imagination, and the resilience of the human spirit. This tale has deeply impacted many, and I hope it speaks to you as well. The tale of Elisha and the widow. From the book of 2 Kings, verses 1 through 7. Our story begins with a distraught widow reaching out to Elisha, a wise elder renowned for his spiritual insight. Mourning the loss of her husband and burdened with debt, she faced the heartbreaking reality of her children being taken away as slaves. Elisha, with his depth of understanding, asked, "What do you have in your house?" Her response was simple. "All I have is a jar of oil," she admitted. Elisha then advised, "Go, borrow vessels from all around, from all your neighbors, empty vessels. Don't limit yourself. Once you're back, shut the door behind you and your sons. Then pour your oil into those vessels, setting aside the ones that are full." Following his guidance, she borrowed empty jars from her neighbors. After returning home, she shut her door and, assisted by her sons, started filling the jars with oil. Remarkably, the oil stopped only when the last jar was filled. Elisha then directed her to sell the oil, clear her debts, and use what remained for her and her family. In analyzing this story, the widow stands for the subconscious part of our mind, which operates quietly in the background. Her lack of a husband, symbolizing the conscious thought process, suggests an imbalance or absence of direct intention. The danger their children face, being a result of their bond, highlights the risks when our conscious and subconscious are not in sync. This situation draws a parallel to how our minds work, similar to the dynamics within that household. Have you ever felt torn between your heart and your mind, much like this? In our toughest moments, our inner strength and creativity, symbolized by the widow's oil, can be our beacon. This oil stands for the treasures within us that we often overlook. To access this strength, one must focus and visualize the desired outcome, filling their mind space with positive and vibrant images. This focused thought can help align our goals and aspirations. Facing adversity, a peaceful mind can be a lifeline. Meditation or quiet reflection helps us tap into that inner strength. Just as the widow closed her doors to concentrate, we too can find clarity in moments of introspection. I'm not talking about mainstream meditation practices you hear about everywhere. You don't need a manual. Simply close your eyes and imagine your dreams taking shape. Let yourself feel it and guard your vision from negativity, just as you'd safeguard your home. To illustrate the profound effects of such reflections, let me share a touching story from a dear friend, R.S. In 2020, at the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, I was in a financial bind. Jobs in construction had vanished, and there was no unemployment support. Bills kept coming, but my bank account was empty. The threats of eviction and plummeting credit scores haunted my nights. Then, I remembered the story of Elisha and the widow you once shared. Inspired by it, I took some time to reflect and envision a more secure financial future. The mere act of visualizing relief brought immense comfort. Surprisingly, just a week later, a relative called. They had sent a check for $3,000, initially intended for my father, but he suggested it be given to me. This unexpected assistance felt like my jars had been filled, echoing the widow's experience. The essence of this narrative can be captured in the words from 2 Corinthians 5:7. We walk by faith, not by sight. This means solutions to our greatest challenges often emerge from trusting the unseen forces within us, our intuition and inner strength. By syncing our thoughts and feelings, we pave the way for miracles. So whether you're grappling with financial troubles, health concerns, or emotional struggles, recognize the power within you. Seal your doubts out, tap into your inner reserves, and let faith guide you. In life, we'll undoubtedly face challenges, and sometimes the weight of those challenges can feel unbearable. But stories like the one of Elisha and the widow remind us that within each of us is an immeasurable strength, a reservoir of hope, and the ability to change our circumstances through faith and imagination. As we wrap up today, remember that you possess the tools and the inner power to shape your destiny. Thank you for joining me on this journey of reflection. If this story has touched you, please consider sharing it so it may inspire others as well. Remember, in every challenge lies an opportunity for growth. Stay strong, keep the faith, and until next time, take care and be kind to yourself.